Hey guys, it is June 1st and it is World Narcissistic Abuse Awareness Day. Did you even know that that was a day? I didn't even know that it was something that was recognized. And I'm probably going to do some research and see is this just a made up day that just now came about? Has this been a thing? How long has this been a thing? Because you guys, had it not been for Facebook, had it not been for me stalking my ex's page, and maybe two other friends that I have that were posting about narcissistic abuse, I would have never known it was a thing. You seriously get so caught up in, life is busy, okay? And everything that we do day to day, go to work, whether you're stay at home, work from home, whether you get up and you go to work every day, you guys, life is like chaos and it is busy. And so often it is so much easier for us to just accept, accept our life and accept things for what they are. And we just think, well, later we'll get around to fixing this. Later we'll get around to addressing this. But in the meantime, we're just gonna accept it, okay? And I walked on eggshells every single day for I think he was probably good to me for about the first maybe 4 to 6 months. Okay. So I was there I was with this person for, 3.5 years, for 40 months. Okay. And so, I would walk on eggshells. I said very little words. I did not speak I just knew that every time I opened my mouth and said something that it was taken as I was bitching, complaining, nagging, being ungrateful, being a selfish person. There was so much name calling. So every time that I would want to talk, I would think about what I was going to say in my head. I would think about that over and over and over again. And I would go about it 50 million different ways to try to make sure that the way that I went about saying what I was going to say, just to make sure that it wasn't something that could be taken the wrong way. Which, okay, if you're in a relationship with somebody and you can't openly say how you feel, express your concerns. Oh my God. What? My phone. You don't need your phone. My kids, I'm like, hey, leave me alone for 5 minutes. Thanks. They think I'm being mean, but I'm protecting them. You know what I mean? I don't need you to hear my business. You guys, that's another thing too. You know what I mean? It's your children are watching you. So whatever you're accepting, you're teaching them that it's okay. And it is not okay. You guys, for so many years, it was he never let me move in with him because my house was too chaotic. I had kids. Thank God I have these children. And you know what? They're kids. They're loud. They're messy. They're noisy. They fight. They scream. They run around. They make messes. But thank God I never moved in with him, you guys. I don't know how I would have got away. But they see things, and we just... and back when I was, because you guys, I'm a recovering drug addict. Okay. So I've been through hell. I have hit rock bottom more times than the average person. Okay. I have screwed up in this life and I am constantly, failing forward. Okay. I have made my fair share of mistakes. I have hit rock bottom, but you know what? Being strong is something that I've always been, because that's my only option, right? And so, you guys, I stared at this blue button for 30 minutes before I hit live to go live right now, because I just knew I would probably be all over the place. There's so many things that I want to say. There's a lot of things that I'm embarrassed of, probably some stories that are a little bit inappropriate. You know, I'm gonna swipe these comments over to the side because I just keep seeing names pop up, and then I want to say hi to everybody. And but you guys, when they love bomb you in the beginning, it's like, you know, you're this amazing person. It's like you found your soulmate. Okay, this person gets you. Like they get you. They are so amazing. Like they are the most amazing person. This is your soulmate. This is a person you're going to spend the rest of your life with. Okay. They take you everywhere. They do all the things with you. It's a bomb. Okay. It is a love bomb. Okay. But then that goes away. All right. And so, you know, for the last few years, like, I mean, just feeling left out, like everybody knows what's going on. And he always had a cult, like a clan of people, flying monkeys, that would hang out. So nothing was ever done. Like I never once in 3.5 years went to dinner, just him and I. Never went to the movies, just him and I. Never went out on a date, just him and I. It was always a bunch of people. And you know what I was told is, hey, listen, I put myself last. So where do you think that puts you? That puts you second to last. Okay, so if I put myself last, that means everybody else is going to come before you. So you're going to have to be okay with that. You know, in the beginning, yeah, I was still married. Like, I left my husband. Nah, I had a 3-month-old baby. You know, I was postpartum. I was all sorts of things. But you guys, it was just crazy. So it's like, you know, here's probably an inappropriate story. I probably shouldn't tell it, but I've never been one to, I mean, my mouth has always got me in trouble, but whatever. So it's kind of embarrassing, whatever. It's really sad. It really makes me sad that I did this, but, he wouldn't be intimate with me, and I couldn't figure out why. And he said, you know, that he didn't want any more kids. I mean, I had a 3-month-old. I'm 40 years old. Like, I don't want any more kids myself. But said that he wouldn't be intimate with me unless I went and got my tubes tied. So still on my husband's insurance, I go and I get my tubes tied. And, you know, wait a few weeks to heal and all that jazz. I could have gone my whole life without getting my tubes tied. I really could have. I wouldn't have done that. I don't know why I did that. I would have never done that. I would have never. So get my tubes tied only to find out that nothing on him works. So I go, but by this time I'm so in love. Like I'm so in love, right? I probably shouldn't have told that story. It's okay. But you guys, I was just so in love. This was like my soulmate, okay? I wasn't going to have any more kids. I wanted to make him happy. I did whatever it took to make him happy. After the love bombing, okay, then when the mask kind of comes off and they start being who they really are, okay, there's a lot of like, your feelings don't matter. Like one of the last text messages after I went no contact with him, and I know I'm all over the place, and you guys, I just want to get this out there because, well, I'm getting two sides of the coin here. I'm getting one side is, you know, Kim, we're sick of hearing about this, but then my inbox is full of women who are struggling, and men too, who are just like, thank you for sharing. So you guys, what you're going to get when you come to my page is just raw and real and honest, and it's me, and I'm all over the place. And if you're one of my friends that's been around me, you know, you know I'm everywhere. But this isn't easy. I sat here and stared at this button for, seriously, like 30 minutes, and then had to go to the bathroom a few times. But it is Narcissistic Abuse Awareness Day, and I just want you to know that if you are wondering, like, am I in an abusive relationship? I mean, it can go both ways, you guys. It can go both ways. You know, there's resources out there. There are, you know, just ways to avoid things. I mean, I can tell you that the last year I avoided a lot of confrontation because most fights were when we were drinking. And and there was just drinking in excess, and when you drink a lot and then you black out and don't remember, like, and somebody's blaming you for something and you're like, I wonder if I really did that. I really don't think I would do that. I mean, the last fight when he threw me across the room and my head cracked open, I mean, I swear to you, I bled everywhere. I asked him what the fight was about, and he said, well, because you told me to go across the street and get you a Coke and a Snickers. First off, I don't drink Coke. It's disgusting. Pepsi's my soda. If I'm going to drink a soda, it's Pepsi. I hate Coke. And I don't like Snickers. And if you've been with me for 3.5 years and you don't even know what my freaking favorite candy bar is, a Caramello, like, you're not even paying attention, And so it's just like, oh my gosh. And, Friday was 6 weeks, you guys. Friday was 6 weeks that I've gone no contact. All of the people that were my friends were his friends that we hung out with. Everybody that benefits from him financially, I have blocked and unfriended and just gone no contact with them too. And these are people that I've spent holidays with and lived life with for the last 3.5 years. So, there's this like relief of knowing that like my circle's gotten smaller, but the true colors have come out, And so you guys, if you're going through something like this right now and you're scared of what's going to happen, just know, like, you've already survived, like, everything that you've ever been through. This is the first breakup that I've ever gone through that I haven't been heartbroken. Like, I haven't cried. I haven't been sad. I haven't been, like, missing him. Like, the first week when I went no contact, I had thought to myself, like, in the cycle of how our feelings should process, right? Like, I had thought to myself, I should miss him. Oh my God, maybe I miss him. So then I'm like, okay, Kim, because I talk to myself, I'm sure everybody else does too, right? Like, what do you miss? Write it down. I need you to write this down. So I'm telling myself to write it down. So I sat there, you guys, and I couldn't think of anything. There was nothing I missed. There wasn't, I never got hugged. I never got cuddled. You know how you're standing in the kitchen and you want someone to walk up, you want your person to walk up behind you and just like hug you, There was none of that. There was never like, raising his eyes to look at me when I walked in the door to have a smile on his face. Do you guys know when you have your person and you can look across the room and you can lock eyes with your person and it's just like, that feeling? Okay, that feeling? Like, there was none of that. There wasn't none of that. There was never, like, maybe the first 4 to 6 months compliments, but after that, there's no, you look nice, you smell good, you're so beautiful, oh, I love this on you. Like, there's none of that. So you're always wondering. You're always like, and you guys, I spent a good deal, like 90% of the last 3.5 years living in sweatpants and not like, taking a shower, in the morning and taking a shower at night, but like not getting dressed every day, not like leaving the house, just being like inside, like just because there was never any, like, we'd go places, but he'd wear sweatpants and a t-shirt everywhere we went. So like we never dressed up and like went anywhere. Like, so when I'm sitting here wondering, what do I miss? I miss freaking nothing, because all the fun places that he would go, you guys, I would be left out. I wouldn't be called and invited. I wouldn't know what was going on. I was just forgotten about. But in the middle of the night when no one was around, I was expected to be there. You guys, it was just living pure freaking hell. Like absolute hell. And I knew going live today I wouldn't know what I was going to talk about, and I know that I'd be all over the place, but I knew that I had to go because I need to speak up even when my voice trembles, and spread awareness, share my story, help other people Okay. And I just want you guys to know that when I'm coming on here and I'm speaking to you and I'm sharing my life and I'm sharing my struggles and I'm sharing everything that I'm going through, I'm sharing from the bottom of my heart because I love so many of you so much. And if I can help even just one more person, then all of this is worth it. So, I know that my family is like, well, not my Aunt Denise that's on here right now, or my cousin Denise that's on here right now, because she has my back 100%. But, a lot of my family and friends from like years ago are like embarrassed, are wondering why am I doing this? It's not for attention, you guys. I would much rather be outside swimming with my kids than making myself feel so uncomfortable. But I have to tell my story. I feel like it is my duty. Okay. So I just want you guys to know that I love you and I appreciate you. And my inbox is open and I will make time for you. And, if you know somebody who is going through something like this, you are more than welcome to share this with them. And you guys, as I start, it's been 6 weeks. Can you believe that? 6 weeks. And I didn't die. And I still have money in the bank. And I'm still able to pay my bills. And I still have my car. And I still have food in the fridge. I didn't die. I didn't die. And I thought I wasn't going to survive. I thought I was going to have to go give my kids back to their dads. And I was going to be homeless. And I was going to have to go turn my car in. And that I was just going to end up having to kill myself. That's the only way I thought that I could get out of this, is if I killed myself. Can you imagine? No man is worth that. I'm telling you. And if you're a man and you're going through this with a woman, nobody is worth that. You are worthy. You are strong. You are brave. You are beautiful. You are loved. So you guys, have an amazing Tuesday. I have to hop off here because I'm going to start crying and I don't like to cry. But I love you so much. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Okay, thanks. Bye.